What's going on, family? You know what it is. You know who it is. How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? Hope you're doing well. Sure, truly, Dr. Eddie. We are here on In the Mix at 6. Come on, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let somebody know that we are locked in and we're live. If you're ready, just type ready. Yeah. Matter of fact, if you're ready, type let's mix it up. Yeah. Let's mix it up. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Let's get to it. We're talking about our topic, which is I need some water. We're in part three. Yeah, I hope you're rocking with me. We are in part three. If you missed part one and part two, I need you to make it do what it do and catch up too. I need you to make sure that you do that. I need you to be in lock and in step with us. For real, for real. But as we're here for I Need Some Water part three, I'm going to talk about this topic here. Drum roll, please. It's called Pour Me a Drink. Yeah. That's what I want to talk about today. Pour me a drink. Yeah. If you can remember anything from what we've been talking about, I've been sharing a few little bit of insight and information, especially when it comes to the whole aspect of, us needing some water. We're talking about the living water. We're talking about the well that never runs dry. We're talking about the whole aspect in many cases of the necessity of water. Water is an essential element that in many cases you cannot live without. And so I want to talk about this essential element. And today we're looking at been giving you a number of different keys. Gave you part one and two, number one and number two, I should say. In part two. This is part three. I want to jump right into number three. Number three, and we're talking about I need some water and the essential element and the essential aspects of water really comes from the whole aspect of the fact that our body is made up of, 60 to 70% water. With that being said, with that in many cases being lockstep, we need to make sure that we are in the space and the place of what it is that we're putting in us, what is an essential element for us. If you remember, I mentioned last time, I said, number one, water is necessary because it delivers oxygen to the body. Mentioning that oftentimes the oxygen supply of freedom, justice, equality, much less love, liberty, leveraging leadership, going to a new level has been cut off. Mentioned secondly that water aids and helps with weight loss and it builds endurance. And oftentimes we have to lose in order to gain. Sometimes we have to be the biggest loser by giving up. Here it is. What's too heavy for us to carry? Giving up what we were never intended to carry, but has now become a burden rather than a blessing. Want to get into the third one, and that is water can regulate your body temperature. Water regulates the Earth's temperature, but here's the thing, it can also do the same for the human body. Water is an important tool. Water is an important element. Because what does water do? Water carries nutrients. Water carries oxygen through your body to each of your cells. Water also does this. Water helps to protect your organs, helps to, in many cases, keep your joints intact. It's a key part of clearing waste that is in your body, clearing the toxins out of your body. And oftentimes we go to waste simply because we have wasted our potential. Water helps with the circulation aspect. We've wasted our potential simply because we've allowed people's opinions to become our prison. We've wasted our potential simply because we've been so focused on people and patterns, but not positioning ourselves in the place and in the space, giving ourselves grace. Here's the thing about water regulating your body temperature. Water cannot regulate your body temperature if you are in a state of dehydration. Dehydration, oftentimes, what it can do is that it can pose a risk. Here's something about water that we need to recognize and realize: you can only go as far as 1 week without water. Compared to, you can go up to a month without food. I'm not telling you to try any of these things. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Go up to a week without water compared to approximately a month without food. And oftentimes we're parched, if not dehydrated, because we want people, places, things, and patterns to quench our thirst. They can never quench your thirst. They always leave you reaching, never grasping. They always leave you thirsty, parched, dehydrated. Here's what water does: water regulates the temperature. But the Lord's living water, here's what it does: it regulates your temper. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. Natural water regulates your temperature. Your body temperature is what we're talking about. But the Lord's living water, the Lord's spiritual water, regulates your temper. Mm. Oh, come on now. You know, anger is just one letter away from danger. You know how you allow people to, you shouldn't do it, but oftentimes you allow people to take you from 0 to 100 real quick. You want to give people a piece of your mind, but you're only left with just a piece of your mind, but no peace of mind. Giving everybody your 2 cents, and that's about all you're left with. Simply because you lost your common sense. And now you're acting like Steve Urkel on Family Matters saying, did I do that? Because here it is. Sometimes at the root of the anger that leads to danger are unaddressed family matters. Yeah. Unaddressed mother wounds, unaddressed father wounds, unaddressed with the fact that in many cases you were overlooked when it came to other siblings. Unaddressed aspects, as Dr. Sigmund Freud said, we are in adulthood what we have experienced in childhood. Unaddressed abuse, unaddressed assault, unaddressed places of neglect, that in many cases now you have an inferiority complex. Unaddressed self-sabotage, unaddressed anger and resentment, simply because of what you may not have had, simply because of what you may not have been given. And now you find yourself in a better part of your life trying to recover from the first half of your life. Now you find yourself in your adult years still dealing with the hurting boy, still dealing with the unloved girl, that in many cases now you must reparent yourself. You must, here it is, unlearn what you have learned. Because oftentimes what you have learned keeps you as a liability. Oftentimes what you have learned now limits your thinking to where you're in a place of stinking thinking that keeps you sinking. Yeah, everything in the kitchen sink has been thrown at you. It's gone oops upside your head because you stood in the way but didn't get out of the way. And here's the thing: God can't make a way out of no way if you're standing in the way. Water regulates your body temperature. Water regulates agua. Water regulates the temperature, but the Lord's living water regulates your temper. Come on, family. Come on, family. Just type water. Come on, family. Just type water. Make me sweat. Make me holler. Yeah, make me water. Come on, type water. Type temper. Type temper. when when God regulates your temper, here's what you move from. You move from becoming a thermometer to now you become a thermostat. What's the difference? What's the dichotomy here? Water regulates the temperature. Natural water regulates the temperature. Spiritual water regulates your temper. Your temper oftentimes keeps you as a thermometer rather than as a thermostat. Because here's the thing: when you're just a thermometer, you now reflect the environment versus being a thermostat to where you set the environment. Oftentimes, here's what's happening: we're reflecting people's disposition. We're reflecting people's negative attitude. We are a reflection of our connection, which poses a disconnection. Yeah, we're reflecting the whole environment. And rather than here it is, rather than you doing something different to get something different, now you just remain the same simply because your mindset is the same, which now disrupts the flow, which now makes you volatile to the environment, much less volatile to yourself. You become your own worst enemy simply because you're living as a thermometer rather than a thermostat. Thermometer is going to reflect. A thermostat is going to set. A thermometer is going to be reactive. A thermostat is going to be proactive. Too many times we're reactive. Somebody treating you bad and now you treat them bad. You're just reacting. Proactive. Somebody treats you bad, whether they treat you bad or not, you're going to still be proactive and remain who you are simply because here it is. I'm not coming down to your level. Yeah. You're going to have to come up to me. First part of ignorance is pronounced ignore. Yeah, that's the pronunciation. Ignorance. Ignore. Listen, you gotta ignore those thermometers so much to where here it is. Those people who are thermometers so much, you gotta ignore them so much to where they begin to doubt their own existence. They begin to question the reality of their own existence. Are they really alive? Because you've ignored them so well simply because you chose to be a thermostat. You chose to set rather than reflect. Come on, family. Just type I'm above it. I'm above the ignorance. I'm above the low level thinking. I'm above the negative disposition. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm the lender, not the borrower. I'm not dehydrated. I'm satiated. Talking about water. Matter of fact, can I have some? Can, since you wouldn't pour me a drink, I had to get my own. It's water. Don't worry. Can't be reactive. Got to be proactive. I need some water. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I realize about water's effect on the body temperature, and that is the average temperature for a human being is here it is 98.6 degrees internally. If your temperature is too high, you get a fever. Temperature's too low, still get a fever. It's the homeostatic state of a sound equilibrium that is roughly around the 98.6 degree mark. And here's the thing: when your temperature and your temper is regulated, then nobody can push your blood pressure up. Gotta have my temperature regulated, gotta have my temper regulated. So that here it is, people don't push my buttons like I'm an elevator simply for a reaction. You know why people like going to the circus? Because they want to see a clown act up. Stop being a clown show for people. Stop being people's source of entertainment. simply because they want to get a reaction out of you. What I got to do? I got to temper down. Got to deal with my temper. I got to ask myself, what is it that makes my blood boil? Why do I go from 0 to 100 real quick? And I respond in a rash, harsh way. What's the source of it? What's the empathy score of what it is that I have to where here it is when I actually engage in levels of despondency, much less anger, trepidation, temper being flared, combustible, flying off the handle, wanting to throw up the bird, and it ain't the eagle. Matter of fact, where my eagles at? Come on, Eagles family. Come on. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Where my eagles at? Come on, drop some emoji. Drop some emoji eagles in the chat. This is here it is. This is all a part of relational intelligence. This is social emotional learning, social emotional disposition. I need you to make sure that you're part of the Eagles Academy. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where I keep it real, it's where I keep it 100. Right? Real people deal with real issues. Real people need real solutions. You find real solutions in our Eagles Academy. Why don't you go there right now, theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button. When you get there, fill out the form, be transformed. Yeah, go to theeaglesacademy.com. As you're watching it, right here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, there's a link there. There's a link on the live. It's all the way live. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Hear me. You don't just soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Join our team. What do you do when in many cases it seems as if you're just flying off the handle? What is the root that speaks to the fruit? The fruit of the anger, the fruit of the disposition. What's the root cause of it? Here it is. What triggered you? Is there a traumatic event that now triggers you to wherever somebody says a certain thing, does a certain thing, looks at you a certain way, says something to somebody about you? Now it gets back to you. What do you do? My temper has to be regulated. So here it is. I don't do something permanent in a temporary situation. And here's the beauty of it. Here's what we got to realize. You only are what you answer to. You only become what you respond to. Come on, family. Type proactive. I'm not reactive. I'm proactive. Why? Because being proactive is about strategy. I'm strategic. I understand, especially if you saw World War Me. If you haven't seen that 12-part series, I didn't stutter, 12 parts. Then you understand here it is, the art of war. When war is being raged against your emotions, when war is being raged against your mind, when in many cases you're dealing with ISIS type of issues. Yeah. Traumatic terror triggers. Snipers of self-esteem. Self-esteem snipers. When you're dealing with all types of things that want to keep you barricaded rather than you breaking through. grenades of gaslighting. You have to regulate your temperature because why should your blood pressure go up? Why should you allow people to reduce you when you're not producing the greatness that's on the inside of you? Come on. I gotta produce my greatness. Gotta know my value, my worth, my power. And here it is. I need some water. Yeah. Listen, why are you pouting when you ought to be pouring? Come on, family. Type pour. Type pour. Type pour. If you pour, Pour, you won't remain Poor. You won't pass over opportunities repeatedly. Come on. Stop passing over opportunities repeatedly. And what I have to do is I got to get to the particular place to where I've filled my cup up so much to where it begins to overflow. Because here's the thing, what's in the cup is for you. What overflows from the cup is for everybody else. What's in the cup is for you. What overflows from the cup is to bless somebody else. I got to be in such a place of overflow that I'm not overthinking. I got to move in a place of overflowing, not overthinking. Is this good enough? Am I okay enough? Am I right enough? Do I look good enough? Is my project valuable enough? It came from you. Why wouldn't it be? You are who you are. Why shouldn't you be? I got to graduate to a greater level of self-confidence and self-esteem to where here it is. I filled up my cup enough to where I'm not pouring from an empty cup. To where I'm not pouring in, I have discernment to where I'm not going to pour into people who have holes in their cup and waste what it is that God gave me. Casting your pearls to swine. Surrounding yourself with people who could never appreciate your value and your worth and your greatness. Connected in relationships that reduce you. People who are identity thieves. Robbers of your greatness. Opportunists. They only see what they can get from you, but never encourage you and never build you, never strengthen you. I have to get to the place to here it is. I have to protect my poor. Mm, come on. You've given so much of yourself away. You've given so much of yourself to other people. And now here it is. You feel less than simply because the people who you were pouring into could never embrace you. You never had a circle. You only had a cage. They never supported you. They only siphoned from you. Hmm. No wonder it's caused your blood pressure to go up. And oftentimes when people don't see the value in us, when we go here it is where we're tolerated, not where we're celebrated, we don't feel elevated. As a result, we feel devastated. Come on, family, type celebrate. Type celebrate. I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate the champion in you. I want to celebrate how you grew through what you went through. Yeah, here it is. I want to pour you a drink of living water. Yeah. I want to pour into you right now. I want to pour into you by celebrating you because you lived through dying places. You persevered what people thought you would never overcome. Come on. They thought you, they thought they planned to bury you. They didn't realize you were a seed. Speaking of that, why don't you go ahead and get my book, Purposefully Prepared to Persevere, How I Found the Can in Cancer. Not just a cancer survivor, I'm a cancer thriver. I'm an overcomer. Went through chemotherapy, radiation, lost all my hair, self-confidence, self-esteem, will to live. People I thought were praying for me were literally praying on me. Sit on the sideline expecting my demise. Not for the grace of God and a praying mother wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I want to celebrate you, how you made it through storms and you became like the eagle and you spread your wings like the eagle and you use the storm to go higher. I want to celebrate you. I want to pour into your value simply because you don't look like what you've been through. I want to pour into you. I want to celebrate you. Why? Simply because your mess became a message. Your test became a testimony. Your misery became ministry. Your stumbling block became a stepping stone. You allowed God to use your grief as grace. You found strategy from the tragedy of what it is that you went through. How could you not celebrate you? I want to celebrate you. Why? Because David said in scripture, I will encourage myself, here it is, in the Lord. When I encourage myself in the Lord, now I move from limping to leaping. When I encourage myself in the Lord, I move from trash talking myself in stinking thinking that keeps me sinking to transforming my mindset to where I'm not conformed, but I'm transformed by the renewing of my mind. And I need you to hear me. Come on, family. Just type celebrate. Type celebrate. Here it is. It's your season of celebration. It's your time. It's your time. It's your minute to win it. It's your moment to own it. It's your time to shine. It's your season of reason. It's your day to convey. It's your year to cheer. It's your month to march. Yeah, that's what it is. Listen. Family, I know life has been rough. Trust me, I know. I know life has been rough. I know life has been tough. I feel you. I know that it doesn't feel good to be betrayed, to be abandoned, to be left for dead, to be overlooked, to be underserved, to be underrepresented, to be, in many cases, oftentimes the least, the last, the lost, the left out. Know what it's like. I know life has been rough for you. I know life has been tough for you, to where you get to the place in your life to where you say, I need a drink. To where here it is, you say, matter of fact, I need you just to pour me a drink. Mm-hmm. Some of the machinations in your mind are going crazy right now. I know it. Yeah. You get to the place in your life, say, I need a drink. Pour me a drink. But here's what it's got to come from. It's got to come from the well that never runs dry. Why? Because here it is. When I drink from God's well, when I drink from the Lord's well, all will be well. Come on, family. Type, it's all good. Why is it all good? Because it's all God. Sometimes you get to the place in your life, say, I need a drink. Or you get to the place in your life, say, pour me a drink. But here's the thing, I need a drink from his well. Because when I drink from his well, all will be well. I need some water. Living water. Not just Dasani, not just Fiji, not just Aquafina, not just spring water, but I need the Lord's living water to cause something in my spirit to spring. I need you to know it's not in Christian Brothers. is in being a Christian sister or a Christian brother. Yeah. No, I don't need any beer. I just need to get close to his ear. Hmm. Because here it is. When I get close to his ear, come on, somebody just get a little closer to him. When I get close to his ear, he speaks to me. And when he speaks to me, I can speak to the mountain in my life. What that song say? Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit. Message of love that here it is encourages me. It ain't in beer. I got to get close to his ear. It's not in tequila. It's in giving God tehillah. Yeah, a tehillah praise. That here it is. I minimize my situation and I maximize him. Too often we're maximizing the situation and minimizing the one who can calm the storm of the situation that it is that we're in. Stop telling God how big your storm is and start telling your storm how big your God is. It's not in Johnny Walker. It's in being a faith walker. Come on, I got to have that water walking faith. Faith the size of a mustard seed. That's going to meet every need. It's not in wine. It's in the living water of the Lord. That's what it's in. Because when I'm in the well to where I win, when I'm in his well, then I can win. When I'm in his well, this is what I know. All will be well. Come on, family. Come on, family. Just type, pour me a drink. Yeah. Pour me a drink of living water. Pour me a drink of peace. Pour me a drink of joy. Pour me a drink from the well that never runs dry. Because here it is. When I allow him to pour, I now have an outpour of productivity, an outpour of blessing, an outpour of joy and of peace and of greatness and of power that springs further into my life. You need to be in a community that waters the seed for your harvest. Yeah. You need to get into a community that doesn't keep you parched and dehydrated. But here it is. It quenches your thirst for greater, with clarity and with quality, with unity and with identity. Simply because we have amazing eagles in our community who understand their identity. Why? Because they've internalized the fact that a win for you is a win for them too. You don't soar in a silo. You don't soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. A team of eagles who are intent on maximizing their mindset, sharpening their skill set, building their tool set, healing their heart set. And now, as a result of it, becoming an asset in any environment. It's time for you to get in our Eagles Academy. Yeah, in our sessions where I'm teaching, where I'm coaching, where I'm training, where I'm mentoring, in our private Facebook group, in our Zoom sessions, in our time of connecting with accountability partners, in the follow-up of what it is that we do, in the lessons that are taught, not just for information, but for application purposes, where you're getting strategy, structure, solutions. And it cultivates a system. Why a system? System is saving yourself time, energy, money. Life is multifaceted. You're multidimensional. You need to be in an environment, in an Eagles Academy family community that speaks to your multiple intelligences. If you want to be a better leader, you have to lead yourself better. You want to learn how to navigate the marketplace mandate, you got to develop your community. You got to develop your competency in communication. Why? Simply because community and collaboration is a new currency. Community is about, and communication is about more than just presentation. It's about conversation. What do I want you to do? I want you to join us in the Eagles Academy. I want you to join us in the Eagles Nest to get the requisite resources to soar into more. That's it. Once you soar into more, go to theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Again, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. I've got a number of other resources that are available to you, which, if I were you, I'd grab a hold on to. Outside of the academy, that build your business, your relationships, your mental health, your gifts, your purpose, your identity, that much more. Honing in, especially on you building your book. Got to write your book this year. 80% of Americans want to write a book. Only 1% do. It's time to get into that 1%. Because whenever you write a book, you're now deemed an expert in your particular craft. Once you go ahead, you can go to accessidentity.org/author, download my bestseller book blueprint. I've written 16 books. I know the ins and outs. I've made all the mistakes. I've rectified those mistakes. And now I show you how to do what I should have done earlier. I got it right now. So much so that whenever I drop a book, it's going to go number one. How? Strategies that I have, structures, solutions, systems that I'm providing the opportunity for you to go ahead and get it. You can get it at theeaglesacademy.com/store. Much less, you can also get it at accessidentity.org/author. Go ahead and get it. Time to maximize your manuscript. Time to become an industry authority as an author. Even for those of you who are already authors, I'm showing you what I do to make sure that I get my book into the hands of thousands of people each year, sometimes in a given month. Go ahead and get it. It's about creating a longer table, not a taller fence. There's enough room for everybody to eat. It's right here on the table. Go ahead and make yourself a plate. accessidentity.org/author. After you write a book, people are going to generally ask you to talk about it. That's why communication competency is king and queen. Got to be able to communicate in a way that connects to people. Communication is about more than just presentation. It's about connection. If you connect, presenting won't be an issue. Time to be a trendsetter, trailblazer, creator, producer. Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Let's develop our speaking and our communication. Go to the accessidentity.org/speaker. Yes, accessidentity.org/speaker, or theeaglesacademy.com/store. Download my successful speaker strategies. I've also got some free resources for you there as well. Yeah, it's going to be all that. I want you to get all of that. Go ahead right now and get it. Family, should we do part 4? Yeah. Should we do part 4? I believe there's more. Let me know if we should do part 4. There it is. There it is. Yeah. I thought so. Let's pour it up. There's more living water to get. Family, in the mix, it's 6 out of time. But check this out. You know I'm not out of truth. But like that great rapper Tupac Shakur once said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. So I want you to know you are appreciated. You are, here it is, celebrated. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me, because that's just how we roll. And this is how we roll each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, In the Mix at 6, on the digital airwaves, particularly on YouTube. I didn't say it enough today, but come on, go ahead. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, an explosion of inspiration. Mm-hmm. Fireworks, and we don't even need a holiday. Each and every single day. Hit the thumbs up button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Send somebody the link. Hit the notification bell to be notified immediately, expeditiously, quickly, and speedily. Follow me on all social sites. Come on, please spell my name right, at EddieConnorJr. Come on, put some respect on a brother's name, at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love, and I'm going to keep showing up. If I can help you or serve you in any way, please reach out to me. If you'd like me to come and speak at your event, I'd love to do that as well. Whether it's your college, your conference, your community center, your church, your school, your college, whatever the case may be, your session, your workshop, I'd love to go ahead and do that. That's it. There it is. Yours truly. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but a brother got to run. Just want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this year to become more, this year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, that wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face in our digital space. Go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Yeah.